Happy Monday, everybody. Lead meteorologist John Choquette here for all important 12 p.m. daily hail forecast for the forecast area today. Big area, a lot of talk about today. Before we move into today, though, I'm going to just kind of go over our usual stuff that we do every single day, mentioning that you can watch us on our app. Chances are most of you guys are watching us on Facebook, but if you're out on the job, you're working, you want to keep working on finding those good hail spots or looking and doing canvassing, you just click on that little lightning bolt in the lower right hand corner of your screen, brings up the video, and you can continue working while listening to our video. Or if you want to watch it in full screen, click on it and go to landscape mode, and you can see us in full screen. And also make sure notifications are set up. Pretty important. I know a lot of you guys yesterday in the Texas area were getting notifications, and now it's going to be in the southeast here. Go to your notification options and select the regions of which you'd like to be notified for. All states, certain city areas like Nashville or Birmingham or Atlanta, etc. And of course, set up the methods you wish to receive those notifications, whether it's push notifications, emails, or on your desktop computer. It's very important. That's how we send out our information about our golf ball size hail and larger in populations of 10,000 or more alerts. That's how we send out saying that we're mapping in areas. It's also how we're saying that we have 2-star maps or greater available for purchase, and of course notifications for our forecasts and for our continuing live coverage. And yesterday, if you guys missed it, we made a 4-star map in College Station, Huntsville, and Caldwell, Texas. And this is basically all the storms that happened in Texas yesterday. Up to softball size hail fell. About 59,463 homes were impacted. Pretty impressive stuff. Really big hail in a couple smaller towns here, like Caldwell, for example. And this was not, I think, Smithville, I want to say. Can't exactly remember the name of this town. This was a screenshot from a video. Siding and windows got busted out in this, and more just gigantic hail from this storm yesterday. And it looks like we're going to be seeing more of that today, just a little bit further to the east. This is our forecast map for today. I know a lot of you guys have been waiting for this one. This is what we are expecting anytime after about now-ish, next couple of hours. I think things are going to start really ramping up here. And the most impressive area is definitely in this purple that I have in here. I think conditions are ripe for hail upwards of 3-inch in diameter. And also, as a note, tornadoes possibly strong today as well. So if you do live in this area, make sure you keep an eye out to the local news. We don't really cover tornadoes too much here in our coverage, but so if you are living in Birmingham or Huntsville, for example, and tornado warning gets brought up to your brought up in your area, make sure you bring up your local news station for coverage on that. I will, during coverage mention tornadoes, but I think we'll be focusing much more on hail. So just to get that out of the way, I'm thinking the bullseye here, both for tornadoes and hail, is going to be the Huntsville, Alabama area. North Central, if you guys have been watching the past couple of days, I've really been highlighting between Birmingham and the Tennessee border, and it's really just kind of coming down to that. The conditions are ripe, everything's coming together just right. I think there's going to be some big storms probably after about 3 o'clock this afternoon. Supercells dropping hail upwards of 3 inches in diameter, possibly strong tornadoes, and that it will continue to the south and east, possibly for Birmingham as well, 40% there, 40% for Chattanooga as well. I think storms, again, going to form in this general area and then kind of move to the east and to the southeast. And all these storms that do go up, they're going to be pretty potent. And also, there are storms, I think, further to the south and anywhere else here in the what I call the open warm sector. Lots of warm, unstable air. Skies are clearing across Alabama and will soon be clearing across parts of Georgia. If you see here, I got 20% here for Atlanta. I think the wedge front that I was talking about is going to be keeping at bay, probably in far eastern sections of Georgia. So that puts Atlanta at play. I think if your biggest chance or your best chance for the biggest hail in the Atlanta area is storms that form ahead of the main cluster. I think storms will form ahead of the main cluster. We're watching this a triggering mechanism basically moving across into Alabama now, and I think that's going to fire up a couple supercells. And if those storms get going, they move into the Atlanta area, we could see very large hail out of that. And also if storms that happen here in the Huntsville area get down to Georgia still as supercells and not as a line of storms, and obviously the hail risk will skyrocket for the Atlanta area. So I think Atlanta, you have, again, 20% chance. That's a pretty good chance. It's not it's no 45 or 40, but I think that chance is there, and we'll be watching extremely carefully. Again, I think the moisture is going to make it to Atlanta, probably just to the east of Atlanta, so you guys are going to be at play. Further south in places like Montgomery, I think that's going to be close. This is going to be close to the southern edge here of where I think open sector supercells are going to form, just discrete little supercells to form. And then even further south still, there's some showers and storms along the Gulf of Mexico that are probably going to meander onshore. That gives Tallahassee a 5% chance at core half-dollar size hail, 2% chance, one of the outside risk if a storm manages to hit Jacksonville during the day today. And last but not least, I'm not forgetting about you guys, Nashville. A little bit earlier, I had the purple right up against Nashville, and looking at a couple storms that have been ongoing through this morning, it makes me slightly concerned for if we can get the moisture all the way up to Nashville. I think it might get as close as Murfreesboro, but Nashville itself, I kind of forget how far north you guys are in the state, and I'm keeping like the moisture might get just right to Nashville. We'll be watching this. The storms that are going on today, they haven't been they haven't been sucking up too much of the dew points. So I think we will see enough moisture return, but it might just barely make it there. So I'm giving you guys a 20% chance. We're really going to have to see how storms evolve as this afternoon goes on. And I think your hail size potential is going to be more limited compared to in Alabama, in Georgia, and even further south into Tennessee because of that limited moisture return that we're seeing ongoing right now. I'm going into more local hail forecasts here, and then I'm going to start looking at the chat and answering questions you guys may have. First up, Birmingham. That's going to be probably my pick city. That is one of the bigger cities. I think Huntsville is my pick city for really big hail today. But Birmingham, similar probabilities of about up to 3-inch hail between about 4 o'clock and as late as 11 o'clock. So there could be a couple rounds of storms today, so I need to just I'm casting a wide net on this one. All the expected times are going to be really widespread. Just because of that, you could get hit that first round of storms that might go up. You might get hit by the main round of storms that go up either way. Keep an eye out in that time frame. Chance of hail up to 40% chance for hail. And that's at least quarter size hail. I think pretty good chances here in the Birmingham area, especially north towards Huntsville, Decatur, just the north sides of Birmingham even. I think that is where your best chance for some big time storms today. And winds up to 75 miles per hour. And also a risk for tornadoes is here as well. Probably a pretty high risk for tornadoes of EF2 strength or stronger is quite in the realm of possibility today. For Nashville, Tennessee, I was talking about that a little bit already. Between about 2 o'clock this afternoon and 7 o'clock this evening, your chances of storms are going to be earlier. There's already some showers forming in western Tennessee. We're going to be watching that carefully to see if any of that starts to take off and really get going here. Chance of hail, about 20%. As I mentioned before, the moisture is having a little bit of a harder time, taking its time a little bit getting up towards Nashville. I don't know if it'll quite make it to Nashville, but places just south of it's like Murfreesboro, I think you might be at a higher chance of seeing the storms in your area. And wind-driven hail, again, up to 75 mile per hour winds with that. And again, maximum hail size in Nashville, about tennis balls, I think. A little less than other areas, but the chance is still there just because of the less moisture to work with, a little bit less instability than the other people down to the south of you. And Atlanta, Georgia, anywhere between 5 and 11 o'clock tonight. You get possibly even earlier. If we get a couple storms to form in the next couple hours and they form kind of close to Atlanta, then yeah, we'll bump that time up a little earlier. But I think things are going to stay quiet in Georgia till at least 4 or 5 o'clock. So 5 to 11 p.m. So if you don't get storms, the tennis ball size hail, I think that primarily is going to be storms that form ahead of the main line of storms that forms later on this evening, and that's what will impact Huntsville and stuff. I think here, this will be any storms that form ahead of the line. So that's where the biggest hail is possible. I'll probably golf ball to 2-inch size hail, depending on how storms play out later on this evening with the second main line of storms, with that 20% chance as well. Just a little bit more uncertainty for the Atlanta area, and up to 75 mile per hour winds possible with wind gusts with that as well. And again, tornado risk is pretty high for all of these areas. So make sure you keep an eye on your local weather channel, your local news channels for any sort of updates about that. And I think that is pretty much what we got going on for our forecast. So I'm going to jump back to the main forecast graphics so you guys can see that. For those of you who are jumping in, and you can feel free to ask questions. I'm going to answer questions. Look at the comments section now. We have a lot to talk about today. I can even go and look at some current observations and whatnot, just kind of see how things are happening right now, talk through it a little bit. But I'm going to answer some questions first before I go into that. Got quite a bit of stuff going on here. John sounds excited. Who's ready for some green pants? Oh, yeah. Well, I'm pumped up with a bunch of caffeine, too. It's been a couple low amount of sleep nights. So, yeah, need some green pants for tomorrow. There is a chance. There's enough population in the southeast to have up to a 5-star map today. So, again, we'll be doing coverage if need be. Okay. People asking who wants to go battling green pants. Any chance for hail tomorrow in Florida? Asked Tim Walsh. That is a possibility. I'm not going to lie. I have not made any sort of forecast for tomorrow yet. This has taken up a lot of my attention this morning. I've even looked ahead beyond just today. Tomorrow, I know in Florida, like right in the section of the peninsula where the peninsula and the Panhandle come together, I think there's a chance for some hail, and possibly even up into coastal portions of South Carolina. Nothing like this, but I think the chance is there, and hopefully we'll get a forecast out for that tomorrow. Okay. I want a shirt with hail on it too. Oh. Okay. Huntsville, Texas, or Tennessee. Okay. Hi, Austin. Our lead developer, Austin, is in the chat right now. Give him a shout out for developing this app and our website and everything, and getting it so you can watch this video on the app. All that stuff is thanks to Austin and the rest of our development team. So glad that he jumped in on this one. Any chance of hail in North or South Carolina this week? Asked Victoria. I think tomorrow there's a chance earlier in the day in South Carolina, but otherwise nothing this week for North and South Carolina. I think we're going to get into a quiet little stretch for a few days in the middle of the week this week, and then once we get into next weekend and beyond, things are going to really be more frequent in terms of when events are happening. I still say baseballs are coming to Nashville, says Jeremy. Hey, it's still possible. I'm hedging my bets a little bit, bringing it a little further south just on observations I'm seeing right now. And I think I'm going to just bring it over, since I'm with you guys, just kind of look and see what is ongoing right now. Let me just switch over to Earth here. Okay, so right now we have this area of convection. So this area right in here, showers, storms. You saw it, quarter report there. Had some marginally severe hail for a little bit when we had an interaction with a boundary a little while ago. But if I move the storms here, you can see it's weakening as it's just kind of meandering off to the east, and now it was going a little bit further south, and now it's just going due east, meandering and kind of weakening as it's moving this way. Got some showers about to move through Nashville, and we're watching the stuff in here, all these little showers popping up. Any of these could possibly get going. But a big thing of note, you look at the numbers on the map, this is all dew point temperatures. So this is the moisture return you see coming up, and you see how it is getting higher and higher and higher as we get into Alabama. And the thing we're watching is here in the Nashville area and into Tennessee, how far north can these values get? And right now, I'm just looking, and it looks like the moisture is trying to get up around the rain here, and possibly up around the rain on the backside. So again, it can still get to Nashville, but I think if I were a betting man, the moisture line, the 60-degree dew points, would be right about in here. So that's kind of close to where Murfreesboro is and stuff. Yeah, I pretty much had drew the line right on Murfreesboro. And otherwise, things are quiet across the southeast, which is, in terms of wanting big storms to happen, a good thing. We get a loaded gun setup here, clearing skies across a good chunk of central Alabama, now farther west into Mississippi. And we should expect some storms to form probably down south in this region in the next couple hours. We have some showers and storms right along the coast that is not affecting really much in the way of any moisture return. This is all just kind of slowly moving inland, and this will affect southern portions of Georgia and northern Florida. Any storms in this area where my hand is here, they're not going to be really big hail. It could probably upwards of $1/4 to $1/2 size hail. The big hail is going to be all up in here. And what you're looking at is the Storm Prediction Center's forecast for large hail. I just have it overlaid on the map for everything. Okay. Raffle your shirt off. We wanted. Oh, this was a gift from my girlfriend. I got this actually last night. I'm wearing it today. It's it looks like it's hail, but it's little leaves on here. But from a distance, it looks like hail. We're gonna say it's hail. It'll be my hail shirt, and maybe I'll just wear it on big wrist days or something for you guys. But yeah, thanks for the shirt. All right. Anybody else tuning in? Again, if you're just jumping in, feel free to ask questions. I'll bring up the forecast graphic again so you guys can see. Ask whatever questions you want, and I can try my best to answer them. And it's what we're seeing right now. We have, okay, it looks like these showers are definitely starting to die out a little bit here. Let's see. What else can I show you guys? I'm going to bring on the screen display. And you can jump on to the models real quick. Not really looking at the models too much right now, just because, well, I got burned 2 days in a row basically by it, and this is a setup where it's just easier to look at for little boundary layers and other things to kind of get an idea of what to expect. Oh man, did my camera die? Okay, wait. Yeah, my camera died. Okay. All right, guys. Fortunately, my camera battery has died, so I think I'm going to wrap this up pretty quick here. I know now it's just audio. I'm going to wrap things up, and we will come back when storms do occur. And when that happens, we will obviously do a live stream. Put comments in the comment section below if you're watching this either right now or you're watching it not live. We will try to answer anything any questions you may have through the remainder of this waiting period before storms start. I think storms will start in the next few hours. We'll definitely be back with a live stream doing updates while storms are occurring. Obviously, continuing coverage when storms move through city areas. Give us a call or email us or check out our website and comment or message us on intercom for any comments, questions, or concerns you may have about hail trace itself or the forecast. And we'll see you guys probably in a little while once storms get going here. Do your hail dances, and I'll see you in the next couple of hours.